Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's show. We have a good Sunday show for you here today. We normally plan on doing our cultures on the Saturday, but we had a bit of a busy weekend, so was not quite able to do that in the way that we wanted. But we are here on Sunday, and we have a normal news flash coming out for you on Monday that we're probably going to do a little bit later tonight. But no way better than just to have a chill Sunday afternoon show and talk about some old stories from a incredible career. Funk Flex, his new profile out on Complex, that will kind of be a hip-hop journalism comparison that we'll go through today. And we're going to actually start with a little bit of a mix, and, each song has a vibe. And, I think it's a Sunday type of show. We're feeling a little bit of chill today. And a song that I've absolutely been loving recently is from, and actually it's got to be honest, I first came on my radar because of a friend of mine who is interested in music and a big fan of this artist, Rex Orange County, was kind of covering it in a very, very good way. You can check him out on Spotify. Well, maybe we should play some of his music. I'll definitely play that cover. He's on TikTok and all different things. And Instagram. It's like, we'll just put the information in the description there for you if you want to go check him out. But this is the song. I'm going to start off today's mix with It Is Belly the Grass Stains, Rex Orange County.
Grass stains all on my blue jeans. They used to be new jeans, but now they're all fucked. Heartbreak. Summer's gone and so is she. The only one left I know is me, but I still feel fucked. Pizza box, wedding ring left amongst the crowd. Remember when your wedding ring began to rust, and the Mona Lisa wasn't real. 2 p.m. Was Madonna on the radio? And where on earth did my baby go? Or was she ever even mine? Was she ever even mine? And so I'm sorry that you're tired and you don't wanna leave, but girl, I can't stop your crying. It's a shame that you can't see it's all here for you. It's all here for you. I heard she hates her dad, even though he bought her that Mercedes-Benz. She likes to stay alone and do drugs with her friends. Pass out in the afternoon and wake up next to them. She needs to know herself before she falls in love again. Swimming pools, rich youth and being cool. We didn't learn a single thing in school, but Daddy already paid. Whip the Benz, Pedal to the floor in your new heels. Wish you could know just how happiness feels. Well, at least you're all alone. Well, at least you're all alone. For fuck's sake.
Super bounce, don't drop it. Fast, fast, baby be supersonic. Get your gas mask, all them niggas told us traffic. Boy, this fast cash, Venmo me them economics. Super bounce, don't drop it. Fast, fast, baby be supersonic. Get your gas mask, all them niggas told us traffic. Boy, this fast cash, Venmo me them economics. Get the pride and then the chariot. With my lady, I'ma marry her. Got the diamond in the back, yeah. Put the diamond on her. Get on up like a hydraulics on my car. Super bouncing the Snoop and Missy Elliott. And don't forget I'm from the west side, south central. Throw it up, slow it up while I'm bending corners on that super bounce. Don't drop it. Fast, fast, baby be supersonic. Get your gas mask, all them niggas told us traffic. Boy, this fast cash, Venmo me them economics. Super bounce, don't drop it. Fast, fast, baby be supersonic. Get your gas mask, all them niggas told us traffic. Boy, this fast cash, Venmo me them.
Sitting here in this parking lot in the tightest spot. I with you, you with me, well sometimes mostly you not. Like to stare off in space in between sentence you stop. Talking to escape through chapters up top you keep locked. I always smoke the indica cause your brain needs a break. Got no idea what you be going through, how you make it. It's that time of the year, time of the month, time of day. Even warriors need euphoria, they'll go crazy. She say she don't wanna be 30 years old, asking what's the tea. Clicking on pictures, trying to envision places she really wanna see. Baby, don't try to solve it all in one day. How about this? I know your feet hurt, so let's dip, let's skip to your place. I massage them till you snoring. Fuck that silly bitch you work with, eat that hoe for lunch and birthday. Ask me if I wanna see heaven, girl, with you. My life is perfect, I can't wait, no shame to say, but you're so yearning, it'll keep burning till you cross paths with your purpose. So inhale and keep on searching.
Super bounce, don't drop it. Fast, fast, baby be supersonic. Get your gas mask, all them niggas told us traffic. Boy, this fast cash, Venmo me them economics. Super bounce, don't drop it.
We're talking about Funk Flex today on our show. And, yeah, very, very interesting guy. If you don't know who he is the Hot 97 DJ he pretty much DJs of the night in Hot 97, probably the most famous hip-hop radio station, if not, definitely in New York, if not in the country. That is for sure. Yeah, he great profile of him here in Complex we can get to right now. It says he's lounging on a vampire leather couch in the man cave of his Westchester County home. You can tell he's got one of those big houses in Westchester County that you can, if you follow him on Instagram, that is for sure. Some of his opinions are direct, like radio doesn't break artists anymore. It helps them become superstars, he says. Talking about the influence of radio on the rap game currently, as it does, I mean, let's be honest, it does kind of continue to wane as much of a feeling it can be. Like, I mean, it has a certain role. It used to be like it was everything, but now it has a much more allotted, much more cordoned off role in the hip hop sphere, I think. Yeah, many of them are quite funny. His opinions. He's a quote from him. Social media has made stand-up street guys become nuts. He snickers. Like 90s executives and rappers, man. A lot of grown men that I never thought would have acted like this due to the way their personality was back in the day. Now I have to watch them lie about what they did and all their participation and shit. Some of his views are outwardly harsh. And by the way, I think like these are all very good. Like this is a good, straight hip-hop take that as someone who, you know, honestly, in a billion times smaller scale, gives like hip-hop opinions to like nobody, I definitely agree with. I firmly believe if you're a rapper that is 35 and older, you should do 5-song EPs. And I'm being really nice. I don't want 50 cuts from you. You're going to give me 14 cuts about being inside. I already know what it's like to be inside. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about, you know, inside prison there, obviously I don't know what it's like to be in prison. I don't think he does either. But like, yeah, that is an absolutely great and very kind of like astute observation of someone who has clearly spent decades listening to rap and just was there from the beginning to the present. Really, that's who he was. Yeah, I mean, he always gives you his truth, the fair, the absurd, the unapologetic, whether you're ready for it or not. Gold plaques from his mixtapes on this series, 60 Minutes of Funk, cover a narrow wall behind the red couch he's been sitting on, and he pretty much lives in a, like, he's obsessed with cars. Like, he's kind of has a tacky Instagram. I mean, very kind of, he's just a tacky guy. He's a very tacky guy. Like, he's like incredibly like old-fashioned, like, you know, like Chevys and Mustangs that like make loud noises and stuff. He's like a big mansion, and yeah, he's definitely living the life, and he's doing looking out pretty good with it. But yeah, he's definitely the complete voice of New York City. He was born Aston George Taylor Jr. to Jamaican immigrant parents in the Bronx, and this is kind of an interesting story about how he ended up growing up. He pretty much at 14 developed a passion for New York City's growing rap scenes. Now he name drops pioneers like the Cold Crush Brothers, Grandmaster Caz, Almighty KG, Charlie Chase, and Tony Tone. Which Tony Tone, I thought for a while was just an A$AP Rocky song from Testing, but those are my legends. He says it's just kind of the very like people who like the founding fathers of the hip hop scene in New York. Those were my legends. He says, listening to how each artist influenced his understanding of what was happening in rap at the time. They made very funky routines, and when I say routines, they didn't have record success. They had a couple of records, and the records were garbage. They're gonna be upset I said that, but their routines were so strong. Like the concerts, just the what they would do, how they played the songs in order, and he was able to get some tape of that. But he knew the older kids who were going out and persuaded them to let him make a copy of their recordings. I would play the latest routine out of my window on my block. Like, so he would just play like a recording of a concert out of his window, and like other kids who are way older, and like he wouldn't really hang out with them because of the age difference, but they would kind of like go to him and be like, hey, yeah, you know, you wanna do this, you wanna just listen to, can I hear the cool the cool new concert from, you know, Cold Crush or something like that. Yeah, and that's how he really kind of got to the radio business. And in 1983 is when he noticed Bronx DJ Mr. Magic and artist Melly Mel, best known for being the lead vocalist of Great Magic Flash and the Furious Five on the radio. And then after that, that's kind of what inspired him to be a radio DJ, kind of realizing that I could do this on my own. I could get to that point, and we will catch up with Funkmaster Flex in just a little bit. For now, let's enjoy some Daniel Caesar.
Take me back to Georgia, back to Atlanta. Funny how present turns past. I might fly Priscilla out just for banner. So mesmerized by that ass. The way she moves it, I can tell that she loves me. A nigga can't help but to touch. Smack it round a bit, then sip on some bubbly. Hope I'm not doing too much. Strange new addictions pick up on the road. Change my opinions and change on my flows. Change my approach, no more loving these hoes. And when it rains, it pours. Hey, you make me feel so primal, and that's what I am. I'm just a man. Take that pussy, drop it in my life. I love it when you move like that. Now turn around and throw it back. It back. It back.
Yeah, we gotta go get something to eat, man. I'm hungry in the Hey, yo, man. Damn, what's taking homie so long, son?
50, calm down. When he coming.
This is one of those songs you might hear on Hot 97 back in the day when it was hot, but it's still hot. Of course, it's 50 Cent. Bringing us out of New York.
Better watch how you talk when you talk about me, cause I'll come and take your life away. Many men, many men wish death on me, Lord. I don't cry no more, don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. These pussy niggas put money on my head. Gone, get your refund, motherfucker, I ain't dead. I'm the diamond in the dirt that ain't been found. I'm the underground king, and I ain't been crowned. When I rhyme, something special happen every time. I'm the greatest, something like Ali in his prime. I walk the block with the bundles, I've been knocked on the humble. Swing the ox when I rumble, show your ass with my gun do. Got a temper, nigga, go ahead, lose your head. Turn your back on me, get clapped and lose your legs. I walk around, gun on my waist, chip on my shoulder, till I bust a clip in your face. Post to this beef ain't over. Many men, many men wish death upon me, Lord. I don't cry no more, don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Somewhere my heart turned cold. Have mercy on many men, many men wish death. Sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain.
Rico's going crazy again.
Look, I like my bitches red bone, ass fat, jello, light skin, yellow, iced out, hello. I'm the king of New York, mellow, black hair by the Regis and pillow. Ask around, niggas know me. I'm a year boy Ginobili. I like my bitches red bone, ass fat, jello, light skin, yellow, iced out, hello. I'm the king of New York, mellow, black hair by the Regis and pillow. Ask around, niggas know me. I'm a year boy Ginobili.
I've been
It's Mustard YG Quavo.
Girl, all the rich niggas, girl, all the
Taking it up a few.
Girl, all the rich niggas, girl, all the
I'll tell you, this one just goes. It works. It's poppy. It's perfect. The perfect vibe for a Sunday night. It's not culture. Thanks so much for listening.
Some friends. I'ma pay for some friends. If I'ma spend, I'ma pay for some friends. I'ma pay for some friends. If I'ma spend, I gotta pay for some friends. Let me pay for some friends. If I'ma spend, shot of brains, your friend. I'ma pay them, just get them in. I'ma rap to you like Juvenile with that bag, huh? You want a rich nigga to pay your table tab, huh? When we go shopping, you want me to buy that bag, huh? You don't like it when I hop out with that mag, huh? You don't like it when I'm 50 deep with my niggas, huh? That's the only way a nigga can't come get you, huh? I got what you want, I know what you want. Want a rich nigga, come and pull up on your bumper. Want a rich nigga, come and pull up on your bumper. Bump, told her get up out that Honda. Girl, all the rich niggas, girl, all the rich niggas, they want you. Girl, all the rich niggas, girl, all the rich niggas, they want you. What you say? Want her. Yeah. All the rich niggas want her. Want her. Yeah. All the rich niggas want her. Here we go, let's go. Want her. All the rich niggas want her. Yeah. Want her. All the rich niggas want her. Yeah. I'm a speed. Want her. I'm in the friend. All the rich niggas want her. I'm in the friend. If I'm a speed. Want her. I'm in the friend. All the rich niggas want her. I'm in the friend. Yeah. You want a nigga to buy you a new ass, huh? You want a nigga to pop out that tan, huh? You want a nigga
niggas by the plug. Whoa, she got me going against my morals. Ooh, this bitch lying, but she loyal. Ooh, this bitch wanna be spoiled. That pussy got me tripping, need to wake up. I let her sleep in my bed with all this makeup. That head gang got me tripping. Can't believe she let herself get faithful. Girl, all the rich niggas, they want you. Girl, all the rich niggas, they want you. Want her. All the rich niggas want her. Want her. All the rich niggas want her. For money. Want her. All the rich niggas want her. Yeah. Want her. All the rich niggas want her. Yeah. Want her. All the rich niggas want her. Want her. All the rich niggas want her. Yeah. Shit, how you spinning. Shit, how you spinning. She can make a rich nigga spin. She can make a rich nigga spin. Yeah. Let's go. Turn the mic up. Hey.
Is it okay? I think it is. You know, we're going to do it. For the first time, really, in a big way, we're going to take you on a little trip across the Atlantic, throwing together some hot grind for you.
Don't know how to relax. Went to the
Or an
hills,
international
trying to
show.
kick back,
Don't
still wanna
forget
tweet
it.
and chat. Woke up this morning, said I quit smoking. Now I just
Some
want
culture
me a
were in the
pack.
mix.
Cause every day man turn up to the max. Don't know how to relax.
Pass me the weed, pass me a drink, pass me a pill. Got cold feet and I can't sit still. Feel what I want cause I got no chill. Yeah, you know the deal, come and I drew paper. I've been on more waves than a sailor. Man, I turn up all
It's
over
Detox with
the
Skepta and BBK.
in Jamaica, care about now, don't care about later. But that's just the way that I live. Anywhere that I go, man, I blazing a split. Bouncers alike, man, I taking a piss. Ace Hotel, know where it is. Turning down is a myth. Call me the turn up king. There's not a place that I won't turn up in. More.
14 when I started smoking buzz. Ever since way back then. See that buzz, yeah man, I'm trying to get that again. I broke my turn down button so man can't press that again. Brand new tracksuit looking all jet black again. Said I quit smoking but I'm in the Ace Hotel with a jetpack again. I remember when Wiley told me to jump on mic. And I got stage fright, never thought I could jump on right. Thought I would jump on light. Now I'm like an air hostess, how I jump on a flight. Sky scanner, I book it on site. Never stay in the same place for too long. You wanna find me, start looking online. Every day man turn up to the max. Don't know how to relax. Went to the hills, trying to kick back. Still I wanna tweet and chat. Woke up this morning, said I quit smoking. Now I just bought me a pack. Cause every day man turn up to the max. Don't know how to relax.
I go so hard, mum told me I should take it easy. Sorry mum, I am a grime star, and you know my thing, stay off the easy. Please believe me, respect the turn up. Boy, better know anytime we turn up, it's mad. Empty bottles of Hennessy, still I'm on point, slap to her enemy. This year I tried to turn down a couple times. Fam, who am I kidding? Told my girl I'ma stop smoking with a zoot in my hand, just ready to bill it when I'm riding the rhythm. No time for the isms, I'm high in the sky like a pigeon. See them man there, them man are some them man there. They can see but they got no vision.
When we turn up, that man can't turn up. Too much Henny in my cup, bottle down.
You may like him, you may hate him, you may think he's a culture vulture or boosting it, but you gotta deny KMT drinking games. It goes hard.
Demon just got out of can. I gave my bro an advance. Love is just not in my plan. Not even taking a chance. Studio right in my yacht. I'm doing 10 in a week.
We gotta throw that back. Where's that mix? Send those requests if you're listening live. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed this Sunday.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay. Demon just got out of can. I gave my bro an advance. Love is just not in my plan. Not even taking a chance. Studio right in my yacht. I'm doing 10 in a week. How long I been on the street? Dream about work in my sleep. Okay, I got a lock on the streets. Shout out to T the 3. And he brought it in cause of me. You don't know nothing about me. Life of my brothers is deep. Long as they all on their feet. Long as they pockets is grease. I'm in a penthouse but still nothing is sweet. Just a man down with the pen, it's a sweep. Taller in person, you see when we meet. I heard your new shit and I'm kissing my teeth.
No, that one.
Bringing that dirty, bringing that 30. Music with a quick extension, ringing up 30. I got bitches in the murky swerving, looking all curvy. And you already know I love them breasts, looking all perky.
Man's never been in marquee when it's shut down, eh? Trust me, daddy.
Hey, man's never been in. That's not me and it's shut down. Ring ring pussy, it's shut down. Hey. Fashion week and it's shut down. Went to the show sitting in the front row in a black tracksuit and it's shut down. Touch the road and it's shut down. Boy, better know when it's
You know what this one is?
Yeah, take time if
Shut down.
Try me. No time. Usain Bolt when I run up on stage, I pick up the mic.
Skepta shutting down the scene right now.
Know your songs, but they know mine. That's why I got gigs just like Joe Grind.
Uncultured
After the show,
Mix.
I'll be rolling mine. Don't care about the no smoking sign. They tried to steal my vision. This ain't a culture, it's my religion. God knows I don't wanna go prison. But if a man won't try me, trust me, listen. Me and my G's ain't scared of police. We don't listen to no politician. Everybody on the same mission, and we don't care about your ism and schisms. Cause it's shut down. That's not me and it's shut down. Ring ring pussy, it's shut down. Hey. Fashion week and it's shut down. Went to the show sitting in the front row in a black tracksuit and it's shut down. Touch the road and it's shut down. Boy, better know when it's shut down. You wanna act like a G for the camera. You say you're Muslim, you say you're Rasta. Say you don't eat pork, don't eat pussy. Liar, you're just an actor. Blood, you're not on your dean. And if Selassie I saw you, he would say blood, take off the red, gold and green. Them man are soft just like ice cream. Scene, start moving correctly. If you don't wanna upset me, you get me. You tryna show me you're friendly? I told you before, the shit don't impress me. I better make you respect me when you see the man them are selling out Wembley. Roll deep in a blacked out Bentley, pull up outside like what one sexy, yeah? And it's shut down. That's not me and it's shut down. Ring ring pussy, it's shut down. Hey. Fashion week and it's shut down. Went to the show sitting in the front row in a black tracksuit and it's shut down. Touch the road and it's shut down. Boy, better know when it's shut down.
A bunch of young men.
There we go. Skepta shutting down our show for a little bit. But we got to keep it going because we're talking about Funk Flex. And we pick it up at a very interesting point here. This is like right around the, late 80s. And, he was fired. He'd reached pretty much a dead end. He'd fired from multiple radio station gigs, a stint at BLS, and another with Chuck Chill Out. And these are all the people that he shouts out on the radio now. It's like, Chuck Chill Out! DJ Red Alert! I love listening to Funk Flex on the radio. Sometimes it's like, it's really good, and sometimes it's just like, no. But either way, it brings up the energy in the car. There's definitely something to be said about, driving through someplace on a Saturday night in New York, and you're hearing Funk Flex on the radio, and there's some good songs, maybe not the best, but, there's always going to be a good song coming soon, because it's generally a pretty, and songs, they sound better when they're on the radio. It's just something, there's something about the energy. If you're listening with a bunch of people, I don't know, it's just definitely a feel. He didn't have quite a style yet, he says. He didn't have a personality, and he probably said that's why they chose to fire him. If it wasn't for Red Alert, there'd be no Clark Kent, and there would be no Kid Capri. And there would have been no Funk Flex. So when this guy tells a party promoter he's not going to do the club and says, why don't you call so-and-so? It's a different type of big. The promoter is not going to tell Red no. And that's exactly what happened on a Saturday night in Club Home Base. Red pulled out and tapped Funk Flex to fill in. The club, which was advertising on Hot 87, repeatedly blasted his name all over the airwaves all week. So he got a big amount of exposure there from Hot 97, his future home. Everyone in the city knew he was the one up next, he said. And he received 2 radio job offers, one from Kiss FM and one from Hot 97 when he would officially land in 1992. But he did get a little bit of flack for it. He was branded a sellout for signing in a station that played house and dance music like C+C Music Factory and David Morales. Critics warned him that no black club promoter would hire him again, but Flex had a strategy. He said, I knew that the Spanish kids, the white kids, and the black kids didn't have a champion, he says. The football's still floating from palm to palm. See, the black kids, they had Kid Capri, they had Red Alert, they had Clark Kent on Kiss FM. They were locked the F in. I was really their fifth in line. even though I'm the hottest in the city, I knew if I'm in there, I could be their hero, their hip-hop hero. I get some traction. The most important thing I did was go rogue when I went to Hot 97. So all those kind of big heroes, all the big mentors, all the big leading lights in New York City DJing, and especially in the rap scene or hip-hop scene in any way, were going to Kiss FM, which I believe right now in New York City was like the old 98.7 station, whatever. It doesn't quite matter, but now they have a sports channel on there. And yeah, those are two big stations that played hip hop. Now it's 105.1 where the Breakfast Club's on. But yeah, Hot 97 is the other big titan in New York hip hop. And yeah, he really made it what it is in launch part today. On Hot 97, he played hip-hop throwbacks like Kenny Burke's 1982 Rising to the Top, but he also made a point to add in his own footnotes about the records, saying, quote, DJs weren't saying the history of the song, they were just playing it. So if I play Sucker MCs by Run DMC for the white and Spanish kids, I would say, this used to be crazy at the skate key in the Bronx. Then the black kids started to gravitate towards me, but the Spanish and the white kids weren't leaving. So pretty much making everyone feel welcome, everyone feel like they're in part of a circle. Like the black kids who know the record was big at skate key in the Bronx, like they're like, oh yeah, that's cool. He knows us. But the white kids and the Hispanic kids were like, oh really? Oh, this is interesting. Flex doesn't remember exactly how he formed the Latin Bull persona he's known for today. Asked about his own personality at times, he's described himself as a bit of a loner who didn't always fit in. But after some reflection and fidgeting, he finally pinpoints the moment he knew his voice carried weight. I started to say where the speed traps were in New York, he recalled, laying back as if he's in his own therapy session. That's how the kids figured out I was from the Bronx. Until then, most of his listeners thought he was from Brooklyn because of the history lessons between the records. I'd say, yo, there's a cop waiting on 233rd underneath the train station, give you a ticket. Then start to joke, he's in there in a nasty detective car. When I went in the street, people were like, you're giving checkpoints to the cops, this is crazy. Yeah, he was actually walking around there, it was like, oh, policeman, and saying it on the radio. Yeah, it was kind of crazy, but he had a little bit more of a difficult time winning over the veteran rappers. He was the hottest DJ in the clubs, and yet most artists wouldn't show up for interviews or record 15-second radio drops. They wouldn't fuck with me, he laments. I remember I had an interview with Run DMC, didn't show up. I had an interview with Naughty by Nature, Treach didn't show up. The successful veteran rappers of the movement weren't behind me. I knew I had to grab and make new stars. Yeah. In 1994, Funk Flex accepted in an interview with the up-and-coming rapper, the Notorious B.I.G. Now it's revered as Biggie's first radio interview, but Flex wasn't as impressed with the achievement. He insists that it's only glorified now by the younger generation, but at the time, no one knew who the Notorious B.I.G. was. He was really kind of a project of Puffy's and just trying to get him on the air, and, you know, we're going to have to play a clip from that interview. Like, what are we talking about here? Yeah, and we will be playing it. And he did a Funk Flex freestyle. That's a huge part of his career that we're going to get to. This is 99. No, this is Craig Mack from 1997. Sorry, 1994. 1994. Is the specific interview. I'm just going to pull that out for you in a second. But he was on obviously multiple times after that, giving freestyles. Because imagine what it would have been like to be in New York at that time, turning on, you have the Notorious B.I.G., you get Tupac, or not necessarily Tupac, but all these big New York stars. New York City is the center of the rap world. And if you're driving through the city on a Friday night after work, hearing like Funk Flex dropping those bombs, couldn't imagine. Could not imagine. So this was from 1994.
Yeah, New York City, Friday night street jam. Funk Master Flex, Long Shot, my man Big Dennis. And in the house is my man with the ill, hectic underground buzz that it's like a flame of fire, and I'm feeling your whole movement. All right, I just gotta let you know that. We got Biggie Smalls in the house.
Yeah, representing Brooklyn to the fullest.
What's up, sir?
Lounging.
You are what you call true hip-hop.
I hope everybody feel the same way.
Yo, true ghetto basement hip hop.
Flex came through and represented at the video on the Ave, you know what I'm saying, with the thugs.
I came through for a minute.
No doubt.
Brooklyn style.
No question.
This was just playing
So,
on
you
the
got
radio
everybody
at
was
one
gonna
point
win
in
the single board
1994.
shootout.
Imagine
Trying
that.
for July 4th, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to blow it up on some explosion type joint, you know?
Real hectic for the holidays.
Yeah.
Sorry, so now, you got a name for your album yet?
Yeah, the album's called Ready to Die.
Oh,
15 cuts, straight hardcore, breaking down doors, trying to put East Coast tight on the map. We're already on the map, but I just wanted to like have it tight. So it to be on.
Where's the connector? Something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, where exactly do you hail from?
I'm from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, representing Fulton Street. You know what I'm saying? Fulton Street. Ain't nothing to
I
say
don't know
about
why that's so
Fulton Street.
funny, but yeah, this is 1994, right before Ready to Die came out. Just an incredible. I just want to go listen to all that stuff right now, but we got to talk a little bit more about it. Biggie was a nobody at the time. He couldn't go on Kiss FM and BLS. They couldn't get an interview. He was a backpack rapper. Only Funk Flex could be like, yo, Biggie. Yeah, he was a backpack rapper at the time. I remember when Biggie was a backpack rapper. He's like Funk, the grandfather of hip hop at this point. He remembers Biggie wore army fatigues of the day he visited the station, adding he was in a rush to get to the back corner and make money. Craig Mack, who was known and hip hop's underground team, was also there, but appeared a little bit more focused because he was more seasoned. Yeah, he wanted to go get that paper, and that is for sure Biggie, and it kind of makes sense. Later that summer, the Notorious B.I.G., he dropped that debut album, Ready to Die, catapulting him into the spotlight. The album features the hit single Juicy, which included a shout-out to Funkmaster Flex. I wasn't supposed to get shouted on the record. Flex interjects, only that all the other DJs put on the track, Ron G, Brucey B, Kid Capri, Love, Bug, Starsky, were also mixtape DJs. He smiles before diving into a story that takes him back to his Petty Flex days. It begins before the release of Juicy, when Puff is asking... Puff was working for Andre Harrell under Uptown Records. He tells it... He pretty much, as he tells it, Harrell, this record executive under Uptown Records, loathed him. Andre Harrell always liked any other DJ but me. Russell Simmons too. I was never their cup of tea. They always treated me like a bag handler. He clarifies he meant no insult to Harrell, who passed away in May 2020, but says this was just what happened. Harrell invited Flex to DJ an Uptown Records party, which struck him as odd, but he accepted anyway. When he arrived, he ran into Kid Capri, who was setting up. And you know what they say to me? And this is what he said. Wait, I just misread the quote here. So Funk Flex says, and you know what they say to me? Nah, no one called you. So he pretty much got tricked. I had steam coming out of my ears. This was the boys' club, and I wasn't allowed in. Flex admits he had a grudge for years after the internet. So he pretty much tricked him, and they're like, oh, yeah, come to this big party, this Uptown Records party with people who, they don't like you. And the people are like, oh, what are you doing here? Wait, what? Yeah. Some of the guys who were involved reached out to him for favors down the line, and he rejected every request. And after the incident, he vowed to never play a song from Uptown Records again. Yeah. So now Flex, he gets riled up. He's in his bomb-dropping mode, and of course, if anyone's heard Flex on the radio, you know what the sound is. Yeah, you know what the sound is. So it becomes difficult to follow his story as he moves from one end to the other of the couch, losing a train of thought. Where are we at? Puff. So I was choking them. Flex refused to play Biggie's Party and Bullshit, which was released in partnership with Uptown. He finally recalls Puff's and Biggie's aggressive response. They would wait 30 deep in the club when I'm on the set and be like, you better play a fucking record. He says with a laugh. See, they didn't understand this actually about Biggie. Flex's only issue was with Andre Harrell and Uptown. So when Big first released his record with Uptown, Flex played it for an hour straight. Biggie couldn't believe it. When Biggie released his first record without Uptown, Flex played it for an hour straight. And Biggie couldn't believe it. Big was so elated by the twist of fate, he made a last-minute update to his next single. Peace to Ron G, Bruce G, Kid Capri, Funkmaster Flex, Love, Bug, Starsky. I'm blowing up just like you thought I would. And then that's how Funkmaster Flex earned a shout-out on Juicy, widely considered to be one of the greatest rap songs of all time. And by the way, I read that horribly, but, we can play it in real life because this is Uncultured, and now we're in the mix.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter.
Yeah.
And to all my peoples in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby.
Check it.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic Marley Marl. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard. You never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Peace to Ron G, Brucey B, Kid Capri. Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you don't know, now you know.
I don't know if everyone who also likes the song feels the same, but like, it is just such an incredible feeling. Like with the best songs, of course, you have that feeling. You have that like just vibe that is so different. And this one just like this, it's just such a pure, like nothing but happy. And it's just like this is a song that you play if you're a rap fan. Like if you want a rap song to play when you conquer the world, you know, you're on top, no one can stop you. This is it. There's no better song. Just the feeling, the drums.
Carrots in my baby girl ear. Lunches, brunches, interviews by the fool. Considered a fool cause I dropped out of high school. Stereotypes of a black male misunderstood. And it's still all good. And if you
it's all good. That's the song you play when it's all good. That is For Sure Juicy from the Notorious B.I.G. This is like if I was Funk Master Flex, like that would probably be one of the coolest things I could say that ever happened in my career. Like peace to Ron G, Brucey B, Kid Capri, Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Starsky. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Yeah, that is just like I'm blowing up like you thought I would. You guys believe in me. I'm there. And now he goes on to be one of the greatest rappers of all time. And he gets to Funk Flex gets a shout out on one of the best rap songs widely considered of all time. So yeah, I mean, it's very, very clear. So, like I said, plenty of anecdotes that begin and end like this Biggie story. While his adversaries always start out despising him, he says they eventually need him in the end. Even when they hated my guts, they needed me. I knew it because they'd have 20 records, and if I missed 2, they'd hate my guts. He said, laughing and shaking his head. He's visibly amused by his ability to provoke such powerful emotions from rap executives and artists because, you know, radio has that influence, and people really, like, especially I think in hip-hop more than others, they value getting that song on the radio. So, but beyond his perception of animosity, there appears to be an immense amount of trust in Flex as well. He's been around for a while. He's kind of like a pillar that, as I said before, was kind of formed in the beginning of hip-hop, like really, like when it was founded, when it first came into being, and has been there ever since. Like this obviously plays a big role in why he gets the first interviews and exclusive content. Asked why he maintains the people's vote of confidence, he suggests, I don't take money. And that's, in his eyes, the only thing that matters. We'll talk about that in the payola in rap next.
Like Frederick Douglass, it's time to pick my brain apart.
We're taking it back. It's Denzel Curry, Kenny Beats, and Charlie Heat.
The patriarch of this zoo shit, never no food shit. Try to sue this, we end up on Sun Tzu shit. And you don't want that, buddy, there's no combat. X-Ray to pick you a season for you to come back. Everything that Denzel spits, nigga, is all facts. I be sticking to the paper like a thumbtack. I'm a bad motherfucker, gun tucker. I don't trust him, I don't love her. Little brother, don't make me reach out and touch you. I don't got candy, but I'll turn your head to gushers. Sucker, when you see the barrel, better pucker. Up for the kiss of death when silhouette West Russia, cold like Russia, 6 feet under, spraying at your crew like a damn rock duster. After dark, the riot starts way uglier than Bubba Sparks. I'm trying to raise the chart so I don't have to push a shopping cart. You fell in love with Kali Mama, now it's time to take your heart. These niggas wanna take it back like civil rights and Rosa Parks. After dark, the riot starts way uglier than Bubba Sparks. I'm trying to raise the chart so I don't have to push a shopping cart. You fell in love with Kali Mama, now it's time to take your heart. These niggas wanna take it back like civil rights and Rosa Parks.
Yeah.
We got London on the track.
This is all God's doing, man, you can't plan it. But if the devil's in the details, then I'm satanic. About to take over your city and you can't stand it. My account say you sinking like the Titanic. David Blaine last summer, man, you had to vanish. I get the hits like somebody pitching underhanded. Got my Spanish team convinced that I know Spanish. Really, when she get to talking, I don't understand it. You ain't on it right away, you had to wait on niggas. Man, I'm only 29, had some patience with us. Plus, I never met nobody from my label, nigga. I just pop up with the music, then they pay a nigga, yeah. Shit ain't been the same like before. I still love it, but I used to love it more. FaceTime with my shorty on tour, and she texting purple hearts cause she know that we at war, yeah. Niggas keep reaching and dissing. Can't afford mistakes, not on this end. Make me call my bros for assistance. You gon' make me call my bros for assistance. Niggas keep reaching and dissing. Put me in a fucked up position. You gon' make me call my bros for assistance. Make me call my bros.
Baby, I'm a savage, I ain't romantic. When I come around, these rapper niggas start to panic. And they pockets going under like the Titanic. Got some head last night and it was outstanding. They was hating on me then and they hating now. She was playing with me then, but she waiting now. Used to sleep inside a den, I got acres now. I was fighting niggas then, but I'm spraying now. Blasting. I don't pay no mind to no sneak this. Nope. I won't spend a dime on a freak, bitch. Bro. Niggas taking cheap shots on some cheap shit. They the type to stand in line for some free shit, bro. Bitch. Baby girl gon' suck it to a jaws lock. Suck it up. She gon' make me put my bitch on car block. Fucking up. We the ones popping, we the ones shopping. We the ones dropping niggas, we the ones. They the ones ducking when them heaters come. You that nigga snitching on your people, huh? 21 Savage, aka the Reaper, huh? Pussy niggas getting shot for all that reaching, huh?
Niggas keep reaching and dissing. Can't afford mistakes, not on this end. Make me call my bros for assistance. You gon' make me call my bros for assistance. Niggas keep reaching and dissing. Put me in a fucked up position. Make me call my bros for assistance. Make me call my bros. No. I don't need love, I'm the GOAT. I just hit the beat and float. And I'm selling out arenas, but you putting on a show. I've been trying to change life around for everyone I know. Cause if I don't share the wealth, then how the fuck we supposed to grow? Mom stressed, there's a lot of things we need. Chain smoking in the house, it's hard to breathe. I used to had to hit my T's with Febreze. Jordan pull up in the TL, now I'm cheese. I'ma turn this TSX into a band soon. I'ma see a lot of blessings for my friends soon. 150-inch screen in my bedroom. 6'1", man, a nigga need some leg room.
Yeah. Nigga for real, for real. My niggas is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. Roll with the paper, see them lames later. Can't save her, her nigga stepped out, now she saying what she really think. Rolling up pounds of dank, open accounts no matter where we at. Smoking there and back, eyes barely open, I never smoking. Hit her once and she choked 2 Ks, that means it's potent. Can't overdose, but my strain explosive. Train to go, my chain it glow. Everything you see I paid for, gang or crow. Nigga for real, for real. My niggas is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear. I'm shining from ear to ear. Nigga for real, for real. My niggas is real for real. I'm in the field for real. I'm about my check for real. I'm about my respect for real. My diamonds are crystal clear.
They clear.
I'm shining from ear to ear.
I'm shining from ear to ear. Stand my ground, I ain't showing no fear. I done came up like the top of the stairs. These niggas hate cause they cannot compare. Aw shit, I'm in the crowd with the mosh pit. I hit the stage and it show tits. I'm in the game, I can't forfeit. Honestly, I'ma make more hits. Hop in the coupe and I swerve in the latest. She gave me top because I am the greatest. I stayed the same and then came out of changes. You wanna know what it's like to be famous. Rolling up weed in public. Skies be on all of that fuck shit. I'm ballin' bitch like I got buckets. And they hate cause we stunt like nothing. Bitch.
It's one of the best in the alt-rap game right now, Earth Gang. One of their earlier ones, but one you have no excuse to not sing along with. Come on. It's Missed Calls. And if you don't know it, now you know it. We're playing you everything from every part of hip-hop.
Girl, I ain't no star.
This is your
Just
spot.
ain't from round here.
Sun Culture. We're in the mix.
My pilot told me I'll go far if I stay from round here. You are my prisoner. Hell, I'm so good at missing calls, bitch. I'm perfect this year. Sleep. And I suggest you trace your scars if you get lost, my dear. Nigga, I can't tell if I'm dreaming. Lord, forgive me if I think I'm in charge, but the snakes in the grass is starting to get smart, and the snake in my pants is starting to get hard, and I'm fucking everything with 2 legs and a heart, and some asses and titties and an ATM card. Fetish for my flaws and the lust of my scars, and this broke nigga dick guarantee I won't starve. Well, I suppose that you suppose using hoes is getting old, and you opposed, and maybe I should growing up and iron clothes and find some hope, find some work, and writing cursive in a curve. This is my birth. They wrap me up so I ain't fuck the nurse. Too numb to react when you struck a nerve. Throw a hip to bitch in a circle jerk with me, myself, and my demon seeming. K-19 got me feel like fiending. Hold up, rewind, make a beeline, feel like a bald eagle chief, and I ain't even breathing. I'm a motherfucking ghost, you can tell cause I float and I lose my head without even bleeding. Fuck what the motherfucker thought that they knew about us. We got the juice and we keep on squeezing like drip, 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 drip. Hold up me cup, me take a sip. Hold up me pinky, me think me rich, me being foolish, me no paper, me no paper, all of them pissed. Eviction notice, take to the fridge. Thank the most high, me no got kids. They would be cannibals eating your kids. I told her, girl, I ain't no star, I just ain't from round here. Sir Tinto. My pilot told me I'll go far if I stay from round here. You see me in that Bentley, don't start to acting friendly. Hell, I'm so good at missing calls, bitch, I'm perfect this year. On the road, spinning in the who's in it. And I suggest you trace your scars if you get lost, my dear. And you ain't on the list, not a A-listing listed. I done had all night to think about this. I done had all life to think about this. Get a plate of strife and 2 sides of shit. Let me click my heels and toss in them grits. Let a nigga hold 5 to my grinder click. I done had all night to think about this. All y'all judge it. Handful of bricks. I done passed out twice and I ain't been hit. Shit, I might be blessed. Let me write this ref. Navigate this right to rent that don't end. Unemployment line like who fought the fist. Who brought the loads and who hit got kids. Let me get that little piece together. Head start on my thesis sweater. Lay away, head start on my niece's sweater. Money fold on my jigger bag, crease whatever. Gotta leave you better. Grew up where the leaves are wetter. And I hope and I pray when you read this letter that the seas don't catch up to your knees already. Cause all my dogs good. They running, don't run out the clock. Been living in the falsehood for damn way too long, man. Check out your stock. But that's cool. Y'all can keep on sipping out this narcissistic pool. Man, I'ma sit outside that shit just like the old dudes. Said I'ma sit outside that shit just like too cold, dude. And watch you jump who low hoops to satisfy your pseudo. Say, baby girl, I ain't no star, I just ain't from round here. White walls and wood floors.
Some of the hottest stuff you're gonna hear in the alt hip hop world, I guess you could call it. Alt rap, Earth Gang. One of the newer groups out there. I'm talking about. Speaking of newer groups, you got to get yourself some exposure, and a pretty common way to do that, especially if you're with kind of a big record label, is payola. And that's the act of secretly paying a commercial radio station to play a song. It's something that Funk Flex has spoken pretty frequently about for years, and he's just as adamant about it today. Red Alert was the first person to advise him to never accept payment from labels, but until Red Alert came along, his other mentors encouraged the practice. In fact, when Flex revealed that he used to retrieve payments for Chuck Chilla back in the day, he said that kind of hurt him when he got on the radio. He said, quote, "I'm seeing the same guys who gave me the money before for another DJ, and they're like, take our money, you piece of shit." And I'm like, no, I don't do that. He recalls, "It took me a long time to reinforce that's not what I do." He says several labels, including Bad Boy and Rockefeller, also offered him money in the early days, but eventually stopped when they knew he wouldn't turn. When that doesn't work, then they build a relationship. So yeah, they kind of have to view you as equal footing, which is kind of smart. Although it was tough for radio DJs in that time, he acknowledges that they were paid peanuts and they could barely afford to pay their bills, let alone keep up with the luxurious lifestyle. But he says accepting payola is the fastest way to lose trust. It'll eat you afterwards because it's a guaranteed form of failure. He says you lose your audience and people who believe in you because you start to cheapen them. Payola diminishes creative freedom on air. He explains, if you take payola, now you got to pay everything they give you. Play everything they give you. The minute you stop playing everything they give you, now they start telling your boss that you're taking their money, and that is banned to actually take it because you're taking it illegally in the music industry. So you are tied and you're held hostage. Yeah, so 80% of DJs in New York City are on the payroll, and I don't care if you print that, okay? He says, there's pretty much no one in the music industry who Funk Flex won't talk about by name. And by the way, the thing about that, like, I mean, if you've ever listened to New York radio, then, yeah, you could probably get to that assumption pretty easily, especially with hip-hop, and it's just everything Pop Smoke at the moment, and like 4 or 5 Pop Smoke songs, always on either Hot 97 or Power 105. He says, I just give my opinion on the 3% everyone thinks is the weirdest thing. It's just talking about Jay-Z here. He says the 2019 deal with the NFL was goofball shit. He says, it's nothing personal, though he loves 97% of everything Jay-Z does. I just give my opinion on the 3%, and everyone thinks it's the weirdest thing. Everyone looks at me like I'm the bearer of bad news. He swears he only spazzed on Jay-Z twice in his life, and he's baffled that people think he's in issues with him. When he says Jay manages radio DJs, which could influence their comments, Flex suggests a mogul isn't the puppet master in the scenario. I got to be honest, I don't think Jay-Z puts that energy out. I've often wondered why people come at me like that, but they don't come at me in a bad way. They're just like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. What are you talking about? This shit happened. Are you people not seeing the same thing I saw in the way it's influence on the radio DJ scene? Despite the backlash, he continues to defend his right to criticize some of Jay-Z's actions without censorship, which is why he's rejected Roc Nation's offers to work with him. Roc Nation offered me a lot of deals, and I had to say to the person who offered me that deal, is it okay if I comment on Jay-Z? They said, yeah. And then I said, you're lying. That's not even why you're giving me this deal. I mean, there's a lot of money, he says, but I said no, and I love you guys. It's like, no. And I mean, I don't know. If someone tells you that you comment on Jay-Z, and then, like, because he was still clearly going to comment on Jay-Z whether he took the deal or not, why not just comment on Jay-Z and, you know, face the consequences? Maybe they will actually. Maybe they're not lying. But, you know, you're never sure. Anyway, Funk Flex, he continues to amaze. He continues to impress. He also is beefing a little bit with Drake recently. He's another influential rapper that Flex is perceived to have beef with. But again, he says people equate a few critical comments with contempt. To be fair, though, not all evidence points to a feud. Since 2015, the two have traded shots online. Flex called Drake out for writing his own raps, and he fueled the rapper's feud with Meek Mill. As recently as March 2020, they exchanged words in the comment section of a versus battle, calling each other pussy and soft. Asked where the two stand today, Flex can't find words until it's mentioned. He says he had no recollection of calling Drake soft. He promises there's no hostility for Drake the man. As for Drake the artist, he says he's a top 5 rapper of all time. He's never going to fall off. He says crunching on a salad crouton. Anyone can appreciate Flex's wild outbursts on rap royalty and his war against a corrupt music business, saying, quote, it's a bottomless pit of happiness and depression, but it's also his deep appreciation for the new generation that keeps him relevant. He adapts. He gets with where the millennials are going. And one of those, and so the last anecdote we have for you today is Tyler, the Creator. He had a flirty freestyle that was particularly memorable, saying, quote, I think sometimes people troll because they either want to figure out how you really feel or they want you to self-destruct. I'm okay with whatever his sexuality is. I don't know if he's playing or if he's not playing. His life is his life. But there are people after the interview that I was disappointed in the music industry, the energy they took for the interview. But I was like, but bam, whatever he wants to do, why do you care? Why does it offend you so much? Flex's favorite thing to talk about right now is the up-and-coming artists. And that, I think, in large part, is a big reason why Flex will continue to at least hang around with them. Funk Flex, a true staple in the hip-hop industry, and a big, I'm sure, as you could probably tell, a big inspiration for the things I say here on this show. Pretty much the really only DJ that I've ever listened to in New York, because, yeah, he's just the one who's there. He's the one I personally, experienced and kind of got into rap. He was my radio DJ, and it's kind of insane to think that many rap fans don't even have one in 2021. That's all we got for you tonight. It's been Uncultured. See you later.